As soon as Anika picked up the phone, Gautam said to Anika without asking any good news, "Kunal is coming to pick you up at the airport. Come straight home with him. Here you have to sign 2 papers, one for divorce papers and the other for that." Having said this, Gautam got stuck, and then, after thinking something, he added, "Well, you come home, I will tell you everything." Anika also disconnected the phone without saying anything. As Gautam had said, Kunal was standing outside the airport eagerly waiting for Anika. In 6 years, Kunal had also changed a lot. Now he was not a student but a businessman. Kunal's personality was shining in his dark brown suit, sharply cut and gel-set hair and trimmed beard, but his attitude was still the same, full of rudeness and arrogance. He was waiting for Anika only because he wanted to get rid of her as soon as possible. Kunal had one foot on the ground and the other foot on the railing, which he was constantly shaking. Looking towards the exit door, Kunal eagerly said to his driver, "Till date, no man in this world has had the happiness of getting a divorce. At any cost, I will sign the divorce papers with that fat lady today itself. We'll get it done." Kunal's driver Raju said while smoking bidi, "Don't worry, I have set out early this morning after having darshan of Mata. I have prayed to God that your 6 years old wish gets fulfilled today. The papers are definitely signed today. We'll go." Hearing this, Kunal said in a very bitter manner, "Hey, I don't just want a divorce, I also want Anika's company, which her dead mother had left in her name." Raju, who was holding a board with Anika's name in his hand, straightens the board and says, "Hey, that factory will also be available, don't worry." Then something comes to Kunal's mind and he says to the driver, "Okay, listen, my mood always goes off after seeing her, and today on such a nice day, I don't want to spoil my mood, so I turn around and stand there. Yes, right? You may not have seen her, but she will definitely come to you after seeing the board with her name in your hand." Kunal is about to turn around lazily when suddenly his eyes fall on the gate of the airport, and after seeing something, his eyes get stuck there. When Kunal saw a girl coming out of the airport, he kept looking at her as if he had never seen any beautiful girl before. Seeing that girl, Kunal says, "Man, I have never seen such a beautiful girl in Manali." Driver Raju also agreed with him. Without wasting any time, Kunal jumped over the railing and ran towards the girl, and suddenly he stood in front of the girl and blocked her path. This beautiful girl was none other than Anika. Kunal was completely unaware of this. Anika was surprised to suddenly see Kunal in front of her, and in a moment she remembered everything which she always wanted to forget. Anika was scared for a moment. She felt that Kunal might insult her again like before, and hence Anika wanted to slap Kunal directly, but she did not want to create any drama in front of her daughter Riya. Then suddenly Kunal said, "Hello, Miss Gorgeous. You seem to have come to Manali for the first time, because if you had come earlier then it is not possible that you would have remained unnoticed by me till now." At first Anika did not understand anything, but the next moment she understood that Kunal had not recognized her. Anika looked towards Riya. She was busy playing video games in her table, and because she was wearing headphones she could see Anika was relieved to see that nothing was being heard nearby. Anika, avoiding Kunal's words, moved aside and started calling the taxi, "Taxi! Taxi!" Anika did not want Kunal to recognize her, but Kunal was also not one to accept defeat. Kunal ran towards her and blocked her way again. Hey, why do you need a taxi? I can drop you wherever you want in my car. Just a minute, who is this little doll?" Saying this, he pointed towards Riya and caressed her cheek, but he does not like it at all if someone disturbs Riya when she is playing a game on the table, so without looking up from the table, he caressed her cheek. In doing so, the headphones slid down from Riya's ears and fell on her shoulder. But his focus was still on playing video games. Anika got busy looking for a taxi, but Kunal kept following her and trying to talk to her in one way or the other. Kunal said, "Oh, I understand. She is your younger sister, right?" Hearing this, Riya laughed out loud. Then Kunal got Gautam's call back. As soon as Kunal picked up the phone, Gautam asked, "Did you see Anika?" After listening to Kunal, Anika had realized that he was definitely talking about her. Anika was very angry with Kunal, but now she just wanted a taxi quickly. She shouted with full enthusiasm and anger, "Taxi!" Hearing this, Kunal became even more impressed and said in a very sweet manner, "Listen, miss, I am leaving you, anyway. It seems that the person I had come to pick has not come. If you have come in the flight to Bangalore, then you must have seen a very fat woman in the flight." Hearing this, Anika stopped for a moment and looked towards Kunal. Kunal further says, "Actually, 6 years ago she was 120 kilograms. Now in 6 years she must have crossed the double century." Anika, listening to Kunal without saying anything, was thinking that she doesn't know what he is thinking about her. Kunal looks at Anika while listening to him, so in an attempt to impress her and to make her laugh, he adds, "Well, I think the flight attendants must have refused to let her sit. They must have said that if you sit, so how will the flight take off?" Saying this, he himself is laughing and hopes that his joke will make Anika laugh too, but Anika kept looking at him in a very cold manner. Seeing Anika not laughing, Kunal also stopped his laughter and said, "Oh, leave it. I also sat with whose words. Where are you and where is she?" Just then a taxi stopped near Anika. On the other side, Kunal's driver was running from behind with Anika Guleria's board in his hand. He came and stood next to Kunal, as if he had come to tell Kunal something. Anika hurriedly made Riya sit in the taxi and herself was about to sit in the taxi. Then Kunal said a little disappointed, "By the way, if you need anything in Manali, remember only one name, Kunal Dogra. Ask my name to anyone, he will drop you to my house." The taxi was about to leave when Kunal stopped the taxi and leaning near the window said in a very flirty manner, "Hey miss, please tell me your name." Hearing this, Anika removed the black glasses from her eyes while looking at Kunal, and looking at Kunal with a very sharp and harsh gaze, she said softly without any expression, "Anika Guleria."